Welcome to everybody watching this recording. Today, I'm speaking to a good friend of mine and a coaching student by the name of Jimmy Morson. Now, the reason I'm pulling him on this call today is because, I'm not going to tell too much because I want Jimmy really to explain what's been going on in his business over maybe the last couple of years and up until the last few days. But the main reason I got him on is because a few days ago, Jimmy was on the beach, he was on vacation with his family, and I tried to contact him on the internet. I was like, hey Jimmy, congrats, you just made a $1,500 sale inside of our system. Now I couldn't get the guy, he's always checking out and disappearing, this guy. It's very hard to pin down this guy, but I finally pinned him down and he was like, oh man, that's absolutely awesome. He said, I didn't even know because I didn't have Wi-Fi where I was. So just listen carefully to what I just said. The guy made a $1,500 sale while he was on the beach vacationing with his family, and he didn't even know, he didn't even have the internet. So maybe you're wondering, well, how does somebody make a $1,500 sale when they don't even have the internet and they're on vacation just enjoying themselves with the family? And even more importantly, how can I do that? How can I get my slice of the pie? How can I run a legitimate, highly ethical internet business that provides people with great products and a great service, but also pays me? Because that's what we're all looking for, right? We're looking for those big paydays so we can quit our job, so we can treat our families, and so we can have a better quality of life. But we also want to really help the customer and other people get what they want too. Well, today in this quick little interview, stroke chat, really more of a chat, I'm going to ask Jimmy a few questions, and hopefully he's going to reveal some of the secrets as to how he was able to make that happen. But before we get into all of that, I just want to bring Jimmy out and let Jimmy explain who he is, maybe how we got connected, because it isn't all success after success after success on the internet. I know that Jimmy went through a time period of struggle. I know that Jimmy has paid his dues, he's put in the time in the industry. So we want to paint you a very realistic picture today on this Hangout, minus any hype, of what it takes to make $1,500 in one day from one sale on the internet. So without any further ado, I'm going to mute out and just bring out Jimmy.
Okay, how you doing, guys? Can you hear me, Ben? Okay, awesome. Hi, guys. I'm Jimmy Morson. I've been online for probably coming up to nearly 7 years now, which is crazy because the first 4 of those years, I didn't make 1 cent online, and I spent a ton of money, got out credit cards. I've never used credit cards before I started getting online and doing online business. So it was like a big shock for me, and invested a lot of money and didn't really see any return. I tried all sorts of stuff, and then I was in a company which was kind of, I guess, like an MLM company, and I was just the product and the service seemed good, but I just couldn't figure out how to get traffic. I couldn't figure out how to get people coming to my offer, and I was on Facebook trawling through Facebook, just trying to find a way to actually get traffic and leads. And I came across Angie Long, and she just seemed to be, she was in the same company as me, but she just seemed to be just crushing it. I saw everything she was doing. I got on her email list, and just started following her, and eventually, opened her email one day, and I just thought, you know what, this lady is crushing it. She seems like she's a decent woman. Seems like she cares for the people that she's working with. So I just got in with what she was doing, and everything started to change from that point. She introduced me to a bunch of people who were just really great marketers, but genuinely cared about people's success. And I think that's a really important thing, is to be able to join people that genuinely care about your success and not just about taking a buck off you. But you know, I was just introduced to a bunch of people that just seemed really genuine and really helped me. So I was on, you know, webinars every night. I remember those late nights, and Ben can testify to this because he was in that same place, like late night webinars. You know, we're in the UK. Well, he's not anymore, but I'm still in the UK. And you know, we would get on these late night webinars, 12, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and you know, sleepy eyed, just taking notes, trying to just glean everything I could from these guys that were really making it online. And things started to change. And I remember making my first $300 sale, and that was awesome. I was like, man, this is amazing. And Angie actually helped me get that sale done. So, you know, I was stuck with Angie. I was just like, man, this woman is really, she's awesome. And wherever she's going, I'm just following her. And she became my mentor. And at the same time, I connected with Ben as well. And we were kind of in the same team. And Ben just came out of nowhere and was literally crushing everything he put his hands to. Ben's like the King Midas of online marketing. It's like whatever he puts his hand to, he just crushes it. And I know you know, you've got a great work ethic, Ben, and you just you know, you don't let go until you've got what you came for. And you just got a great mentality. And, you know, Ben inspired me a lot, encouraged me a lot, and just got on free calls with me and just encouraged me, gave me advice. And very quickly, I watched Ben kind of just climb up the ladder and, you know, start to smash leaderboards and stuff. So we all kind of were in this group together, and eventually these guys, cut a long story short, these guys started their own system, set up their own system, and asked me if I wanted to get involved. And I was like, well, yeah, you know, wherever you guys are going, I'm going, because you guys are awesome. And thus we come to the virtual profit system, which is what we're all in right now. And it's a great system. And, you know, I've watched these guys develop it over the last few months, and it's been amazing. But, you know, getting to that $1,500 sale was just purely as these guys started to build the company or the system and started to develop it. And they introduced this high ticket offer. It just opened up to me another, you know, just another world, because I'd looked into high ticket before, but I didn't really know how I was going to sell it or how I could market it. I didn't really feel like I knew, you know, where to start with that. But with the system that these guys have created, it's become very easy to make that sale. So all I'm doing right now is literally sending people to a webinar. And the rest is literally done for me. That's all I can say. The rest is done for me. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to bring people to a webinar, which you know is going to be quality, you know it's going to provide value and not just be a bunch of fluff and hype, but they provide quality value. You know, if you take notes from this webinar and then decide not to join, you probably still have got stuff that you can take away and actually implement in your business and start to see results. So it makes me feel proud to be able to send people to a webinar where they're going to get tons of value, and then get this offer, and actually, you know, you can actually trust that you can see people take the offer up because it's such a good offer. So I've been talking for a long time. Ben, let me know what else you want me to talk about.
That was awesome, Jimmy. You just brought back some good memories for me. Seems like, where does time go, man? Seriously, where does time go? But you know, I remember when I joined the company you're on about under Angie too, and you know, Jimmy just talked about like his 4-year struggle, which I'm gonna go back and ask him a little bit more about that in a minute. But you know, I went through something similar where I had a 2-year struggle, and what, he probably knows this now, but I'm not sure. But what, you know, what some of you guys watching right now might not know is that in the 2 years before I joined the company Jimmy's on about, and we both started to have some success, man, I just went through failure after failure after failure after failure after failure, to the point where I was like, I was kind of looking for a mentor who would like give me the pieces of the puzzle rather than just taking a fast book off me and then disappearing into the witness protection program. I was looking for somebody who would actually show me. And you know, it's was Angie. Now, for those of you not in the UK, Angie, who was my mentor back then, was in the US. Well, me and Angie actually ended up getting together. We're now in a relationship, living in the Bahamas, which is that's a whole story in itself that we don't have time to go into today. But that's where I got my first taste of success too. And I just want to say to you guys listening now, life has seasons. Life has seasons. And, I believe was when I came into that program under Angie, man, I was to the point of my life where I was in so much pain, emotionally, financially, that I was just ready to do whatever it took to succeed. And I literally walked into that company, and within, I think, a 60-day period of time, I became the top producer, certainly in our team, and one of the top producers in that company. Now, but I just want you to remember that 2 years prior to that, I'd been through the struggle, and maybe you're going through the struggle right now and you feel like giving up, maybe you're short of money. I just want to encourage you to keep going and to find a mentor, whether that mentor is Jimmy, whether that mentor is myself, whether that mentor is somebody else. Find a mentor, because a mentor is like your roadmap to success. They can shortcut this, they can shortcut the journey. Not that a mentor is going to do the work for you, but they can lay down the blueprint and say, hey, I understand what it's like to be where you are right now, because I've been there, but this is how you go from A to B. This is how you go from being unhappy to happy to having the lifestyle of your dreams. And it's because of having various mentors on my journey that I've been able to relocate to the Bahamas. And that's why Jimmy's been able to have his $1,500 payday, because he's had mentors that have been able to guide him. Now, what I want to do, Jimmy, is I want to go back to that 4-year struggle you mentioned, because I know a lot of people will hear that and they'll think, well, Jimmy struggled for 4 years, Ben struggled for 2 years. Does that mean that I'm going to have to spend the next 2 to 4 years struggling too? Or is there a way that I can avoid all that struggle, and like kind of expedite this process?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess one of the major things that I was lacking was literally just somebody, as you've been talking about, to mentor me, because I didn't have anybody that was really in my corner. So I was just, it was all guesswork. For that 4 years, it was pure guesswork. I jumped from system to system anyway, from, op to op, business op to business op, just trying to find something that worked. But I didn't actually have anybody that was mentoring me. So I think that's a massive thing. And I think I come across a lot of people online who just have no one in their corner. So they're just guessing. It's all guesswork. And they jump on different trainings and buy different things, but they're just all over the place and there's no sense of clear direction. And I think one of the things that really changed for me was just I remember doing a coaching call, I think with both of you guys actually, and you just sat me down and walked me through like a daily blueprint of activity. And that in itself completely, just changed the way I was operating, because I had so much stuff that I was trying to do and there was no sense of structure or focus. So it was just like, I was just throwing stuff here, throwing stuff there. But you guys actually simplified it for me, really just down to just the real brass tacks. And that really helped me to just get clarity, and even just having the mental clarity to know that when I wake up, I know exactly what I've got to do. And it's not just throwing stuff willy-nilly all over the place, but it's actually, there's a clear structure and a routine. So having the mentoring, having a clear daily routine, and then just having a system where you actually get taught the things that you need to do to actually produce income. Because Ben, that there's a lot of nonsense out there where they just give you so much fluff, but there's not actually like, how do I actually get to making the sales? Like, how do I get the traffic? How do I start to convert that traffic? How do I build my list? And how do I, make sales? And I think for me, the virtual profit system does all of that. And, even the new people that I'm plugging into VPS are like, man, this is amazing, because everything is just so clear and so simple and laid out so that you can start from basic, from scratch, and build your business up to 6 figures, you know, which is what you guys are showing people to do.
Cool, cool. And yeah, you mentioned about all the fluff and hype and everything on the internet, and there is a lot of that. And you know, at one time I was the king of buying those sort of products because you know I was you know naive. I was thinking, okay, how can I make $1 million overnight? And it just doesn't work like that. But would you say, Jimmy? I kind of hate putting a time frame on it, but let's say I'm a brand new person to the industry right now, or let's say I've been in the industry for a while, but I've just been struggling. Maybe I've been getting caught up with these kind of hype-based products, or maybe I've just been getting up every day and just being busy but not really productive, you know, because everything I found comes down to strategy. Everything you do in your business must have a strategy behind it. So if you're going to put something on Facebook, if you're going to make a post on Facebook, you need to ask yourself, well, why am I doing that? What is the strategy? What's the end goal behind this? You know, if you're going to shoot a video, you need to know what the end goal is behind it. What am I trying to get people to do? Which that most people don't think like that. But in terms of a time frame, Jimmy, for the beginner, maybe somebody who's been online for a while but struggling, if they begin to think like that, if they begin to you know, learn how to use like strategy in their business, if they begin to learn how to drive traffic and generate leads and what it takes to convert those leads into sales, in your opinion, what would you say in terms of days, weeks, months it would take a person to maybe start making $100 a day, $50 or $100 per day?
I reckon somebody, if they were focused, could probably do it in 6 months, because I think the thing is, everything that is being laid out for you is it's literally the blueprint is laid out. So all you have to do is be committed to implementing it. And I mean, mindset is a big part of that, because I think a lot of people that are new, one of the big things they struggle with is the mindset, the right mindset, and that can really limit your productivity. It can limit just even your success, because you don't believe that you can really do it. But I think someone coming online who has the belief that I want to break through, I want to do this, I want to make this money. I think with the system in place, I would say 6 months plus, because you've got the high ticket offer, you've got the different levels within VPS. It makes it very easy to be able to plug somebody in, and you could be doing a lot more than $100 a day, because, you know, like I made $1,500 in a day, just plugging somebody into the webinar, and that was just one person plugging them into the webinar. So yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I'd say.
Awesome. I like that, because it's a realistic answer. You know, a lot of people always say 30 days, or there's this most common number is 90 days. Now, personally, I know it's possible that you can make a lot of money in a company in 90 days, because I did it. I built it. Well, between me and Angie, it was a 25K residual income. But 6 months, give yourself 3 to 6 months. That's definitely a good time period, and that's, you know, that's if you stay focused and you just follow the simple steps. I definitely would say that, and that's what I love about you, Jimmy, that you don't hype it up. You don't say you're going to join and then in a week from now you're going to be making $100. We know it's possible. We know people can, and some people do that. Most people, you know, we would rather under-promise and over-deliver. It's always better to under-promise and over-deliver. If Jimmy says 6 months to you and you come in and you do it in 3 months, or you do it in 2 months, you're going to feel like, wow, this was awesome. If he says you're going to do it in a month and it takes you 6 months, you're going to think, man, that guy, you know, lied to me. So we're all about being realistic with the virtual profit system. So what else was I wanting to ask you, Jimmy? Okay, I wanted to ask you in terms of like budget for a business. How much can somebody run their internet business for? Is this something that's going to cost them thousands per month to run it? You know, is it affordable for most people? Tell us a little bit about the running costs.
Well, I think obviously that what VPS is offering is like a lifetime membership for a one-time investment of $99 or $97. So, that's kind of your basic membership covered. And then obviously you've got the upgrade to the elite level, which is I think it's $147 a month at the moment. So that's I think that's manageable for most people. And then you just need some money to put into advertising and into traffic. So yeah, I mean, solo ads can cost what, about $65 to $75, plus just any other kind of campaigns you might want to do, some advertising on Facebook or whatever, which you can start from $5 a day. So yeah, I think it's manageable. I'm not like a big maths person, so I'm not going to try and add all of that up, but I think you get the idea.
So basically, Jimmy, compared to a traditional brick and mortar business where you're going to have to pay hundreds, thousands of dollars per month to run it, I would say roughly with an internet business, if you were to join the virtual profit system and you were to join at the front end, which there's so much value jam packed into the front end that you can really, begin getting success very quickly with that information. Let's say you joined at the front end, which is $99 one time, although we do give you a 7-day free trial just to test us out, and you'll find a link for that below this video. But apart from that, capture page system, we offer a free capture. You'll need an autoresponder to collect your leads. You can get a $1 trial of an autoresponder, and then it's about $30 per month. So I would say if you mix in a little traffic with that, let's say you order a couple of solo ads per month. If we said $200 and below, you could actually start running a successful internet business for less than $200 per month on the internet. Probably maybe even 140, 150. So the overheads are very, 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 very low with an internet business, crazily low. So another question I want to ask you, really, Jimmy, just getting more back to your $1,500 a day, is what did your wife say about that?
Oh man, we just had a day at the beach and we were just having dinner, and I managed to connect to the Wi-Fi, and I saw Angie's post, and she was was saying that, oh, Jimmy doesn't realize that he's just made $1,500. And when I saw that figure, I was like, oh man, I was so excited. I just finished shooting a video actually, and I was talking about being consistent and about about not giving up, because your breakthrough will come eventually. And literally, I got off that video, I finished that video, and then went onto Facebook and saw that figure, and she happened to walk in at the time, and she was just smiling. She was like, I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it. And it was a beautiful moment. It really was a beautiful moment, because she's really believed in me. We've been through some tough times. We've been through some moments where she's been like, dude, you're spending all our money, and like, where's the return? So we've been through all of that kind of stuff. But she's supported me all the way through. Even though it's been hard, she's supported me all the way through. And to see that, for her, that was just that moment of, yeah, you know what? Everything that we've been investing in together, my support of you doing your business is starting to pay off. And yeah, there's nothing like that feeling. There's nothing like that feeling.
Awesome. I know there's a lot of people out there. I wasn't even meaning to kind of ask this next question, but just based off what you just said, I know there's a lot of people out there who are trying to run internet businesses, and they have spouses or partners that really give them a hard time. They've been spending money in their business, not really seeing any returns, and maybe their husband, wife, boyfriend, or girlfriend, could be a brother or sister, mother or father, just somebody, a close person to them. But from my experience, it's usually a wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend type scenario. They're getting a hard time. They're trying to run their business, and you know what it's like, Jimmy, when you're getting a hard time and you're not getting any results. what's your advice for a person to deal with that? What's the best way to deal with that? Any tips on that? Because it's something I don't see a lot of people give many tips about.
Sorry, muting issues. Yeah, definitely. I think one of the key things is just you've got to maintain the belief in yourself, because ultimately, if you don't believe in yourself, that shines through to the people that are around you. So you've got to do whatever it takes to keep the belief in yourself at 100%, and just, you know, every day do whatever it takes to believe in yourself and let that shine through. Because, you know, I think for one of the things that won my wife over at the beginning was just my belief. Like, everything I spoke was positive. I was just telling her, look, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And so I had to win her over in the beginning, but I just kept speaking just those words of, you know, affirmation and positive words that were saying, look, we're going to do this. And I would almost sell the vision to her. I was just saying, look, you know, imagine the kind of house we're going to live in. You know, we'll be able to get this and get that thing and go on the holiday that we were looking to go on and do all of that kind of stuff. So I would keep selling the vision to her. But then also in those times when it was hard and we had those discussions about credit card expenses and all of that, I would listen to what she said, because the worst thing you can do is just fight back and be like, blah, 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 whatever the argument may be. But I would just say, I hear you, you know, and, you know, I'm sorry that it's going this way, but you just got to keep believing in me. And then the other thing is just being, your consistency is not just about, you know, your potential prospects and targets and leads and all of that, but it's actually about your family as well. Because when your family see that you're serious about it, when they see you're consistent, that shows that you're serious. And when they see your consistency, they start to believe in you more, because they just think, man, this dude is not giving up. He is there day and night, every single day. He's there, he's plugging in, and he's serious about it. And I think I won my wife over from just my consistency. And then every little result that I had, I would share it with her and be like, I made a sale today. I made a sale today. So it was always just sharing my results, you know, celebrating my results, no matter how big or small, so that she could see that progress was happening. And yeah, so it's just a mixture of those things really for me.
Awesome, you know, and that's what something I've got to say, which has always inspired me about you for 7+ years. You know, you have. I mean, I think I must have known you for 3 years at least, right? Coming on to 3 years at least. I was saying so for three years I've watched you, and no matter whether you've been going through a good time in your business, bad time, you've always turned up. No matter what, you've always turned up. I can barely remember a day in 3 years where you haven't at least posted something on Facebook in regards to your life and business. I can hardly think of a day. You've been super consistent, and you know, the truth is, I want to just say something to you guys watching this. You know, as an internet business owner, you're going to go through ups and downs. Now, what's going to determine whether you succeed or not is, you know, are you going to turn up even when the storm's blowing full force? You know, because it's not your ability to do what you need to do on the easy days that counts. Anybody can turn up and do what they need to do on the easy days, but are you going to turn up when your wife or husband is giving you a hard time, where you've come in from work and you're tired, you know, when everything seems like it's against you? Are you still going to turn up? Because that's what's going to really determine your success. You know, how much do you want your dream? You know, you got to really want your dream. So couple more questions, Jimmy. I kind of asked you this in a roundabout way about, you know, what did your wife say, but I kind of got another question on that lines.
I think Ben Martin has officially left the building. And I've just realized I'm still on, and you guys are still watching. So yeah, I'm not sure what he was going to ask me, but hopefully he will return shortly. His picture's even disappeared now.
Jimmy, you back with me now?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, we temporarily got disconnected, so I'm gonna wrap this real quick, just with just a couple of. What did it mean to you when you were on vacation with your family a few days ago and just having the time of your life and still making money? In just a few words, can you describe the type of feeling that gives you?
I felt just elated. I felt excited. I felt like a new wave of energy. You know, it's like a new kind of push of energy for going back. You know, being able to go home after vacation, knowing that, you know, I'm moving to another level. That was just such a great feeling, and just being able to. The rest of the vacation was just amazing. Like, we went to another beach the next day, and I just sat on that beach, just, you know, beginning to, I don't know, my dreams were almost kind of reinvigorated because of just that one sale. Just knowing that if I can start to do this more consistently, that's literally going to skyrocket my business and take me to another level. And yeah, it was just very, very exciting. Very exciting.
Awesome. And last question. Why should somebody watching this recording today go ahead and click the link below and take a $1 trial of the virtual profit system? What would the main couple of reasons be why somebody should do that? Because, you know, they've probably seen a lot of things before and they're probably feeling skeptical and unsure. So from your perspective, from somebody who's been a customer of the virtual profit system, what would you say to the people out there?
I would just say, I think the virtual profit system has all of the elements that you need to succeed online. And this is what I tell people daily, because, you know, when you finally get something that you 100% believe in, it just makes it very easy to sell. It makes it very easy to make money with, because you've got to believe in it yourself. But the way the system is set out, with very simple step-by-step training, the fact that 2 six-figure coaches, and this is what always gets to me as well, is the fact that 2 six-figure coaches turn up every day and get in the Facebook group and inspire people and share their results and share what they're learning, and input into everybody else in the team. It's, you know, when some people are not turning up, you guys are still turning up and investing in people daily. And you don't see that in many places. I've not seen that in all the years I've been online. I've not seen that, where, you know, coaches of that level come in every day and invest in people's lives and businesses. So, you know, just those things alone. And I think just the way the system is set up to literally, as I said before, start you from scratch, and literally just build your business to a 6-figure level. Why would you not? Why would you not? The investment is low, and the return is incredible. So yeah, that's what I would say.
I can't really say any better than that. So I'm just going to ask Jimmy a very 3 or 4 quick fire questions, just because I want to take him off guard and just finish on a light-hearted note. But while we're doing that, go ahead and click the link below, guys. Get started with your $1 7-day trial. And let me explain. You know, even after 7 days, if the system's not for you, we just simply cancel your membership at no additional cost, and we'll give you a $197 bonus for testing us out. So literally, you know, come and check us out, see that we are the real deal. I'm not going to say any more than that. I'm not going to overhype it. You either want in or you don't. You know, if you don't get in, it doesn't affect me or Jimmy. We'll still continue to build our business and make money. But if you do decide to get in, you're going to get breakthrough after breakthrough over the next 7 days, and you know, over the next 30, 60, 90, 120, 6 to 12 months, even more importantly. So just go ahead, click the link, and get set up right now. And just to finish off, Jimmy, quick fire round. I'm just going to ask you a few silly questions. Question number 1: what's your favorite color?
Blue.
What did you eat for breakfast this morning?
Cereal and toast.
If you were in a Star Wars movie, and the object to the left, your left, was your weapon, what would your weapon be?
A piece of paper.
Oh, damn, you're screwed. And Finally, Jimmy, finally, what's the most inspirational quote to you? What's your favorite inspirational quote?
It's from a guy called Edwin Lewis Cole. And he says, never let anybody create your world for you, because they'll always create it too small.
Powerful. Love it. Never heard that, never ever heard that quote before. Absolutely powerful. And that's a beautiful note to end on. So I just want to thank you, Jimmy, for turning up today, letting me interview you. It's been awesome. I'm sure the people out there got a lot of value. And, you know, that quote's fantastic. You know, never let anybody create your world for you, because they will always create it too small. So if you're a person who feels like, you know, there's another quote similar to that. You know, when writing the story of your life, make sure that it's you who's holding the pen. You know, it's from the same ilk. So if you're a person who feels like somebody else has been creating your world for you and they've created it too small, or you feel like somebody else has been penning the autobiography of your life, and you're tired of somebody else holding the pen, you're tired of somebody else creating your world and making it too small, go ahead, click that link below and start creating your own world. Start writing your own autobiography today. So we'll catch you inside the virtual profit system today.